JR.
Yeah.
Where you at?
Working.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Like, if I get one of these, this is one of these things that I can mount on the wall and put one of these monster TVs and hang on the wall.
Yes, sir.
You know, my fear is that I'll put this mount up and put that massive TV, and I'm sitting there one day and just everything comes down. Like, I'm going to put you on the spot right here. I'm telling you, there may even be people in Morocco watching this show, so you better be careful with your answer.
You should probably have someone else put up your TV mount.
Do you have people that can install it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got the oh, yeah. That always makes me go, oh, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I might have to have my TV.
It's got instructions.
Oh, you're funny, JR. Instructions. I'm finishing my orange juice because, you know, the great thing, one of the many great things about Circuit World here in Blue Ridge, not only the great prices on all this furniture and TVs and all the deals, it's right next to Ingles and Ingles Breakfast. So JR and I had biscuits and gravy.
You traitors.
Huh?
Traitors.
JR, we did, didn't we?
This is the second week in a row.
Didn't we, JR? We had biscuits and gravy at
You're dragging me in it. So.
Huh? Right?
Yeah, I know where this is going.
Where you know what this is going? We had biscuits and gravy at 7 o'clock. And what did you say? You said, I said, should we get Amanda something? And you said, if Amanda could get to work on time, but.
You fooled me twice.
Huh?
You fooled me twice.
Right?
It's there.
That's good biscuits and gravy.
That was good biscuits and gravy.
All right.
I didn't get bacon to dip in my gravy, though. I noticed you had some.
Oh, I had scrambled eggs, bacon, biscuits, gravy, hash browns, orange juice.
You got it all.
I did. Why are you looking at me like that? Would you like breakfast next week?
Nah.
No. Oh, no. Okay, forget it then. I offered you and JR, I gave you a little trivia, a movie trivia test, and I said if you can answer this question, I would buy breakfast for 4 Friday mornings in a row, and either of you could do it. So let's get moving right along. Circuit World, Dr. Whaley is back with us from Morocco, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his trip to Morocco, and also how FYN TV is worldwide. He watched the show last week in Morocco. He is with us. Ask the Doc at 8:15. We have several big questions for Dr. Whaley today. Glad to have him back. At 8:45 will be time for our All-Star panel. Time for the All-Star panel. And Rick has to travel out of town. So we'll have Bruce, Jane, and Joeen. Some of you remember our guest panelist from time to time. Joeen will be with us this morning. I'm for sure she has an opinion on several of this week's issues. We'll talk about that in a minute. And also, let me just say this for those of you that always wait for our Humane Society of Blue Ridge Pet of the Week. We have not stopped that segment. That segment has not ended. But, you know, they need volunteers. They need help out there. And it takes a little extra work. And Rena has had to take care of some personal family issues with her dad. And our thoughts and prayers with Rena and all the hard work she has to do helping out her dad in this time. So they're looking for somebody to bring the pet for the show. They need some extra help. So if you want to help out and volunteer, and if you would like to maybe say, hey, I can bring the pet down for the show on Fridays, we'd love for you to contact them at the Humane Society of BlueRidge.org or find them on their Facebook page and tell them you'd like to help out. So we have not discontinued the Humane Society of Blue Ridge Pet of the Week. Actually, I miss that so bad. You know that. You know how I am. I love to round out the show with a loving puppy.
But we do have a slideshow.
Yeah, we have a slideshow for you. Are there cats in the slideshow? If you guys, I don't see the slideshow. Have you guys been slipping in pictures of cats?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. All right, folks. We got a couple minutes here before we get started on our Ask the Doc segment. But before we start, last night in the governor's race of Georgia, Lieutenant Governor Casey Cagle did receive the endorsement of the NRA. I know several of the other Republican candidates in the race for governor of Georgia are, to say lightly, a little upset and trying to make their Second Amendment credentials very well known this weekend. But the NRA endorsement of the candidates for the Georgia governor's race did go to Casey Cagle. We got a message last night. That's one thing that we're talking about this morning. You know, there's such a whirlwind of news, and you try to pick out what is serious and what we really have to apply our attention to. Although I enjoy Diamond and Silk, I think it's humorous. I think it's funny when Diamond and Silk do their little routine that they do on YouTube. But I don't know that that is the important news that I really need to focus on this week. So let me start with this. Yesterday, Mike Pompeo, which is the current director, so think about this, he's the current director of the CIA. And to be the director of the CIA, he had to sit through confirmation hearings, okay? And he sat through the confirmation hearings not a year ago, right? He sat through the confirmation hearings a year ago, and, you know, they come after you left and right. The left come after you about so many different things. The right comes after you. And then the committee votes, and if you get a majority of the committee's votes, that means your nomination for that cabinet position then goes to the floor of the Senate for confirmation, okay? So that's the little how it works, all right? Senate hearing committee, the committee hears the testimony from the candidate going to be the cabinet member, then they vote, and if it's voted a majority, it goes to the floor for a vote, and then you become one of the cabinet members. Now, we are sitting, I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this because we are sitting on sometime in May, first week of June, the President of the United States, okay, will be holding talks with the leader of North Korea. Kim Jong-un will be meeting with Donald Trump, okay? We have the chemical gas attack, okay, in Syria that we're looking at. We have the Iranian nuclear deal that comes up in about 4 weeks on whether the President of the United States is going to sign and recertify it. We have so many serious State Department issues around the world that need to be addressed. Okay? No, I'm serious. Okay? Take me serious on this. Because this is where we're at. So yesterday, Mike Pompeo, all right? Mike Pompeo is sitting there again in confirmation hearings because he's the nominee, the new nominee for Secretary of State. So he's sitting there in the new confirmation hearings. He's already gone through this a year ago for President Trump. And these senators are firing some of the just wildest statements at him. And the major theme to me you work for the President of the United States, but will you disregard him? Will you push back on him? Will you say no to him? I mean, on and on and on. If the President asks you to do something because, you know, he may get up in the morning and tweet out that he wants to bomb somebody, will you be strong enough to push back? All right, this is all right, so, okay, so we know this is coming. But then, with everything we have going on in the world, New Jersey Senator, now stay with me, you can Google this, you can watch the video, I'm just trying to frame up where we are at on so many levels in this country. Cory Booker, the senator from New Jersey, wants to know if Mike Pompeo is okay with gay sex. Knock me over, pause for a minute. When we go to commercial, take a second and Google, did I just tell you the truth? Seriously. Pompeo has made some statements that I don't have time in the past that support what he calls traditional marriage. Okay? And he calls it, he has made a statement where he has called it an alternative lifestyle. All right? Now, folks, in America, if you feel that you want to call it traditional marriage, well, you know, all hell may break loose. But that is on your Senate floor yesterday. Cory Booker. Would Mike Pompeo protect the rights of same-sex marriage in the State Department? I'm sitting there thinking, really? Come on, Senator, you know we have laws now. You know the Supreme Court ruled, you know, gay marriage is legal. I mean, where are you going with that? And it just got me where we're at when the State Department is probably, you know, no pun intended, the deep state could be, the State Department could be renamed as the deep state of what we just went through with Hillary Clinton. List goes on. So, do you hear in the news that unemployment claims are the lowest they have been for the longest period of time in 44 years? No. It's 44 years since the period of time of 100 and some weeks, 55 weeks or something, I forget the actual number, of unemployment numbers or unemployment claims. New unemployment claims, let me get it correct, are the lowest in 44 years with the longest consecutive drop. You don't hear that. Paul Ryan is leaving. Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, is leaving. So one is to wonder, what's first on Paul Ryan's list? Be a lobbyist or get a book deal? What's first? Oh no, I have 2 docs.
Oh good, I get to watch Bill.
All right, so what's first on Paul Ryan's list? To be a lobbyist or get a book deal? Which one is it? Do you realize America has come down to a book deal? Is that who we are? James Comey is going to make all the rounds Sunday night. His book is already, James Comey, former disgraced FBI director, his book is already on pre-sales on Amazon #1. A book deal. Is that a crisis that we're having? Is that a constitutional crisis that we cannot have people that want to serve their country without a book deal or a lobbyist deal on the other end? So this weekend, we're going to hear James Comey say that Donald Trump acts like, operates, and looks like a mobster. No joke. But guess what? Last Tuesday, this past Tuesday, I came on and I said that. And it is all over TV now. That Trump, I think he called him, I forget what he called him, he said he acts like and operates like a mobster. Really? Paul Ryan is leaving. Paul Ryan is leaving this week. Cory Booker's concerned on whether Mike Pompeo will protect gay marriage and gay sex, seriously, if being Secretary of State. Mark Zuckerberg, he goes up. This is our new line, Amanda. What I learned this week is everything the senators asked Mark Zuckerberg at Facebook, he said, my team will follow up on that. My team will follow up on that. Senator, my team will follow up on that. Senator, my team will follow up on that. And then when asked what happened to Diamond and Silk's Facebook page, he said, our team, and it's good to know out there at Facebook, they are team players, because they're team, right? I wonder if they all got softball jerseys, I want to, who's going to be on the softball team this spring? Our team made an enforcement error.
So somebody made a group decision.
A group decision.
A liberal group decision.
A liberal group decision. Anyhow, that's a little bit of all of it, but we're going to break it down a lot of different steps. Republicans may be a little nervous come November. We're going to talk about that. I'm your host, BKP. We are live here at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. As soon as we return, it'll be time for Ask the Doc with Dr. William Whaley, and we'll even get a chance to say hello to Dr. Raymond Tidman. Take us to break, Amanda.